Belgium's debt has also been hammered by investors, and the country has the third largest debt in the euro area and is still being run by a provisional government. Well, I asked Belgium's acting Prime Minister if investors have reason to be concerned.
Well, I'm convinced that only irrational elements can explain what happened on the markets during the last weeks, because our economic fundamentals are very sound. We have an economic growth which is superior to the European average, the average in the eurozone. Our budgetary results are better than what we agreed with the European institutions, and our economy is in a better shape. So I don't see any reason why this spread was going in the direction it went.
Do you think it's going to get worse until we actually get some political certainty, because investors seem to be so spooked at the moment?
No, I think the figures we presented this morning were very convincing. I see on the market, of course there are other reasons also, but we see quite a positive evolution. And I must say that when people carefully look at the situation of Belgium as a federal government, seeing that we have a caretaking government which still has a majority in the parliament, that there is, besides that, a large consensus about the need to reduce our public debt, also about the means, the measures we have to put in place to achieve these goals, I don't think there are reasons for having that concern.
So, Prime Minister, do you actually plan on seeking parliamentary support from outside the caretaker government to push the cuts through, or will you actually limit yourselves to what you can do on your own?
Well, first of all, we have a majority of 83 seats on the 150 seats in the chamber. And secondly, already 2 or 3 months ago, I have been talking to parties that are not in a majority of the governmental majority. And also these parties, NVA and others, they agree that we have to go further, that we have to proceed in the same way as we did during last years in rendering our public finances more sound.
Now, leaving Belgium to one side, how concerned are you about the eurozone in general? We're going through a lot of debt sale. We are not sure how the markets will react in the coming months. Are you concerned about the situation?
But there's a lot of turmoil, and so I think every political leader is following what's happening very carefully, and we have, of course, some concerns. But there must be no doubt that European leaders are prepared to defend the euro, that we will do all what is necessary to defend the euro.
I know this is something that has been said over and over, but we're now talking about new mechanisms coming into place for the shorter term and the long term, when just a month and a half ago, a lot of the EU leaders were telling us everything was okay and they could handle it with the current mechanism in place. What has changed?
But we are ready to face whatever happens on the markets. And above that, I can say on behalf of Belgium that we, as a loyal partner in the eurozone and in the European Union, will put the money that is needed on the table to guarantee the future of the euro and the future of all systems that depend of the euro.